Hello, everyone. I just wanted to send a quick video. It'll be about 5 minutes just to discuss the next week. So over the course of the last few weeks, we've been doing mostly idea generation. So what are some of your ideas? What are the ways that we find ideas, and how are these ideas, how do we recognize ideas and or opportunity in the marketplace? And throughout the past few weeks, you've all presented some very, very interesting and good ideas. And what I'm planning on now that you have maybe sort of fleshed out one or two ideas is that we're going to have to settle on one. So we did do the business canvas model this week, sort of the lean startup, which is that 9 elements in a one pager. And if you remember from the test last week, we were really looking at competitive, or who's our customer segments and our value proposition. So when we're thinking about businesses and we want to do new startups, the first thing we want to think of is, do we have a customer? Is there an actual customer for this business? And what value are we adding to that customer? So once we've recognized that we have a customer and we're adding some value to that particular customer, I think that we really need to focus on, then if that's the business we're going to go with, then what is the sort of organizational mission, or what is the goal and strategy that we're trying to achieve with this business. So this week, the lecture content is on mission statements and strategy. So I want you to select one of your business ideas. This doesn't have to be the one that you're going to settle on. However, it will be easier if it is. But choosing one of your business ideas and then really starting to think through, what are you trying to achieve with this particular business? So when we're talking about mission statements, typically we, as we know, mission statements, if you recall from the lecture, we want them to be short, simple, applicable, specific, and then of course, ideally, we want them to have some type of some measurability. Those are really the essential pieces when we're thinking about our mission statement. It should describe the purpose of our business, kind of what we see as important, why we're doing it. So if I think about some of your business ideas, some of you are trying to grow an industry. So it's new, some kind of a new product or service. Some of you are trying to accelerate customer service and or offer additional services to consumers that maybe you think that there's a need in the market for this type of healthcare service or this type of sport related service. Some of you are trying to increase awareness of a specific type of sport. Maybe you're trying to increase awareness of golf, for example. A couple ideas related to helping out the community and or assisting the community, or growing the community. And maybe you're trying to enhance a product or enhance a process. So all of those are ways in which we might be thinking about a mission statement. It is important in your mission statement that you discuss the capabilities, what your organization is really going to be able to do better than your competition. Now we know, because we did this last week, that the value proposition and the competitive advantage are two different things. Okay, the value proposition is the value that you're bringing to your customer. The competitive advantage is what you're doing better than your competition. So what is it that you're better at than your competition is better at, right? And sometimes it's your direct competition, sometimes it's an indirect competition, but making sure that you're thinking about, what is it that I'm doing better than my customer? Why is the customer choosing me over another organization? In addition to that, you also want to think about your goals. I'm recording. Okay. Give me just a minute. Sorry. Thinking about your goals, making sure that your goals are measurable, meaningful, and that they have some type of meaningful metric. whether it's quantitative or qualitative, right? So a direct measure towards your mission. Additionally, I want you to think about the difference between a first mover advantage and a follower. So in some cases, some of you have said that you're the first organization, you've never seen this before, you're the first to market. Making sure if you are the first to market that you are, because in some cases I'll just Google it and then I see that, oh, this golf ball tracker has been out for 15 years, but it doesn't really work. So that's why nobody's ever really done it. So recognizing the benefit of gaining that consumer loyalty first, and or if you're more of a following organization where you're doing something that's different, offering a unique competitive advantage, you're not entering the market first, but you are offering something that's very unique and interesting to the consumer. And then finally, thinking about your strategy. So how are you going to get this message to your consumer? Are you going to offer some type of different low cost differentiation or specific focus in order to gain this approach that you're going to do to be able to accomplish said mission? So as we're thinking about these things over the course of the next few days and weeks, really recognizing that if you are able to define your customer, right? Because we want to make sure that if we have no customer segment, then we're probably not going to have a very effective business. And thinking about, am I in a market that is fragmented, right? Is my market fragmented? Meaning the fast food market is a good example of a fragmented market. You could go to Taco Bell, Burger King, White Castle, Chick-fil-A, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? There's all kinds of different types of places to go within the market. Or are you kind of like a first mover and you are very niche and there isn't a lot of competition in that specific space? So maybe a vegan specialty foods store would be more of a niche market rather than a fragmented market. Okay, in addition to that, I also want you to think about what about your business is important and why so we talked about the customer segments. We've talked about what value that you're giving the customer. Why is the customer choosing you? They're choosing you because of low cost. They're choosing you because of location. They're choosing you because you offer multiple services. Okay, why do they choose you? What makes you unique? And then how are you different from your competition? Many of you are talking about establishing businesses here in the city of Louisville, right? Is it the quality of what you're offering that's making you better than your competition? Is it because you're offering multiple services or providing multiple opportunities for customers? Is it because of the unique, I don't know, flavor, taste, features, some type of unique incentive? Some of you had some really interesting incentive ideas. Is it the newness, that first mover, or is it the price versus price comparison, right? Your competition is offering it for way more money and you're offering it for way less. So I want you to be really thoughtful about, excuse me, what this advantage is that you're providing your customer and how you're going to ultimately kind of put that into some type of a mission statement over the course of the next week and a half-ish. So we're going to learn mission statements, and then we're going to sort of transition into this space of external analysis. And when we're talking about external analysis, and I'll do another recording next week, but when we're talking about external analysis, we're really looking at what's happening in the market, right? What's going on in the marketplace? So is there substitute products? Is there other people that are doing the exact same thing? What is happening in the space? And when we're thinking about that, we're going to start really having to do a little research and some deep dives on, are these ideas really feasible? Because as we transition into the next few weeks, I'm going to have you really look at, is there some feasibility in the marketplace for this business? Okay, I guess I'm wanted, so I will talk to you soon.